Hello and welcome to the Business of Meeting podcast. I'm your host, Eric Rosenberg. Over the years, I've had the privilege of helping businesses in the meetings and event industry grow and succeed. And I'm excited to share that experience with you. If you feel alone and overwhelmed, and if you're looking to take your business to the next level, improve your strategy and sales, and connect with like-minded professionals, you are in the right place. I invite you to visit eventbusinessformula.com and join our community of event business owners dedicated to exponential growth. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Business of Meeting podcast. Today I'm delighted to speak with yet another entrepreneur, Moza-Bella Tram. She has a fascinating story. She also have a little bit of an accent like me because she's also an immigrant. She also have an amazing journey. We're going to talk about it. She's also a TEDx speaker. She wrote the book, several books, and one of them is a bestseller co-author of Powerful Female Immigrants. She's a mentor. She's a business consultant. And amongst other things that she does, she also have a digital TV show called Lessons from Failures. CEO and founder of Moza-Bella LLC. Moza-Bella, I'm so happy to speak with you today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Eric. I am super excited. I was looking forward to this conversation for a very long time. And thank you for giving this space to connect with your audience.
Of course. And again, as I said, you have a fascinating journey. So let's start with that. What is your journey? How did you came to the US? And also, what is your relationship with the hospitality industry?
So, well, I wouldn't say, well, thank you for that beautiful introduction, right? Actually, I don't think that my story is that fascinating. I think my story is very typical to all of the immigrants. Doesn't matter if you come to another country, right? Like we are here in the US, but other people that go to other countries as well, you have to leave behind your family, like the place, like your comfort zone, and go to someplace new, right? So a lot of challenges. Number one is fear. Second, the unknown. Third, no support. And then you had to somehow pull it through, not just for yourself, but for your family. So I was born in Vietnam, right after Vietnam War. And I came to the US 25 years ago. At that point, they said that I was too old. I was 25 then. I'm going to be 50. They said that, Moza, you too old to learn English, to speak English fluently. Now, so you're right. I speak with an accent.
Obviously.
But I do speak with my accent. I used to be so conscientious about that. I wanted to fix it so bad. But you know what, Eric? I learned that as long as people can understand you, like the goal of communication is understanding one another, right?
Absolutely.
So I tried to learn to enunciate, to pronounce all the words, like, is it even the right word? The word, to say the words correctly so people can understand me, so I can be understood.
I know the feeling, yep.
Right? So when I don't know if any of you guys out there that you came as an adult, right? And you have so much in your mind, and then you don't have the vocabulary to express yourself is so frustrating. And that was my motivation to learn how to communicate better. And I'm still learning. Eric. But anyway, so I came and then they said no, but I pushed forward. That was my motivation.
Interestingly enough, I live in South Florida. And when people ask me where you're from, I say from South Florida. Then they look at me, they pause, they go, yeah, but before that, because I cannot hide the accents for sure. Yeah. But before coming, you told me you were working in the hospitality industry in Vietnam.
Yes, so that was when I graduated and I got the opportunity to work with Omni Saigon Hotel. I was in Vietnam then and brand new. I had to learn a lot, but I fell in love with hospitality. I was the public relations coordinator. So basically I was like a staff. I didn't know anything. They gave me like the title so that I can learn from the best. And I did learn from the best. And then after a couple of years, public relations was something new, was not something that you had a lot of people to pull from. So now you're talking about all other five-star hotels, right? And they tried to pull me to get to have to work for them. And I finally landed in Sofitel Saigon. And that was as a PR executive. So there was a little bit promotion there. But what I learned, Eric, is that I learned, number one, the professionalism in the industry. And number two, how to promote your services, and not just who you are, but your credibility in your services, and just open my eyes. And third, open my eyes to other countries. At that point, I thought that was the only vehicle that you could have, because I lived at that point, I lived in a communist country. The only way for me to go to another, to explore the world would be through hospitality, right? Back then, I mean, Vietnam is different now, but if people, I don't know if you guys out there, if you're old enough that you could remember that, but it was a different world.
Oh, I certainly can, and especially coming from a socialist country myself. But yeah, absolutely. So you arrive in the US to study, and then to pay for the study, people are telling you the prejudices in the mind of people. They're telling you to go to a nail salon. Is that what you told me?
That's right, because I'm Vietnamese, right? So they said, why do you want to go to school? Like, that's too much money. And when you graduate, that doesn't mean that you're going to get a job. There's no way that you can compete with other Americans here. So nobody told me that, go ahead, do it. You do a great job. No, it's like all about, no, you shouldn't do it. But I pushed forward because of my parents. I was thinking my parents worked so hard and sacrificed so much for me to come here to this country because of two things. Number one, better higher education, and number two, human rights. So number one, I don't want to fail them, and number two, I thought that I had the right to choose my future.
And so
then I pushed forward.
And you study, if I'm not mistaken, you had a master degree in
Yes.
business administration from the University of Hartford. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a master's. And again, because you think about it, right? I was in Vietnam, I was in hospitality industry, and I thought that was my dream life. You know what my dream life would be at that point in my 20s? I wanted to work. I wanted to earn the title of director of sales and marketing in a hotel. And then they would send me to different countries, 2 or 3 years, live there, work there, serve there, and then go to another country. And you just travel all over the world. That was my dream life when I was in my 20s. So that's why when I came here, and my goal was to get my MBA in marketing so that I could be somehow like qualified for that job. But yes, that was like 25 years ago, Eric.
Wow. So you're graduating from that program. And then I'm trying to put myself in your mind at that moment. You are succeeded in the studies. Your parents are obviously very proud of you. And then you have the choice, what do I want to do with my life? One of the options is to become director of sales and marketing and go back to Vietnam. Other option is obviously we live in the land of freedom and entrepreneurship. What is going on in your mind at that moment? And also the difference between, do I want to work for a large corporation, large organization, or do I want to go on my own and be my own boss?
That was a great question. During the time that I was here, I just learned about more opportunities, and also learned that I wanted to own my house so I wouldn't have to pay rent, because I wanted to be able to do the things that inside my space, right? Because think about it, when you step outside of the world, I didn't feel that I belong anywhere, as an immigrant. Only when you come into your home, you think this is your space and you're safe. So I wanted to decorate the way I want, but then, if you rented a house, you couldn't put a nail on the wall. And I didn't like that. So I said, okay, well, let's get a house. So then, when you did that, so after I bought my house, then you started to feel like, okay, well, you kind of anchor, right? And then, all the opportunities, you were introduced to all the opportunities. So then, it's just like one thing after another. It's not like that. Like when you put it together like that, Eric, in your question, it sounded perfect. Like, okay, either this or that. But life was gradual. So I would like to say that I got more assimilated. I evolved. I grew, and then I opened to other opportunities. And then when I wanted to go back, it was in about like 2007, 2008. So the economy was not like it used to be.
Right. Yeah.
So that my parents said that maybe you shouldn't come back, because you come back, like you're going to be, you're not going to be able to make it in Vietnam.
Absolutely. People don't really always realize the decision that you're making in the family wise, having the family far away. And you really need to have a lot of grit and resilience to be able to move forward in those conditions.
So thank you. Appreciate that you say that. But I don't know if you guys out there that you relate, that you can relate. I never thought that that was hard. I didn't think that my life was hard. I never thought that, okay, well, like I'm a victim, or so poor me, I just thought, okay, this is life, and I'm going to just one step forward, right? This is my goal. This is what I need to do. This is what needs to get done. And that's it. I do it. So then I'm thinking back, I never celebrated any Christmas or any Thanksgiving or any birthdays or anything, because I didn't have my family. Graduation, nobody down there. Like everything was by myself. But I never thought that, I never cried because of that. It was just life. And one thing that I love my parents so much, I always wanted to make them proud. So that's the only thing. Now I have so much gratitude in my heart, Eric, even with a simple thing that you can just call. My mom is 81 now. My dad, I lost my dad 11 years ago for cancer, right?
I'm sorry.
But thank you. But back then, like in order for me to save my money to be able to call them, that was like, you can do it only once a month, and was a lot of money. And now I got the opportunity, I got the privilege to just pick up the phone and then FaceTime my mom, like, around the world. It's just like crazy. I don't ever take anything like that for granted.
One thing you said that resonates a lot with me is that we're not a victim. And that is so true. I cannot stand when people are trying to find excuses. It doesn't take anything from the need of grit and resilience, actually, but people that are trying to find excuse, that this pain in the stomach, and say, no, come on, you have opportunities here, just take them. So you say you've been here now 20, 25 years. Take us a little bit through your journey from the moment you're graduating until today, until you are a TEDx speaker, until you're helping other people. There's been a lot of things happening in between.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. There's a lot of things happen in between. But I would like to share that you make the decision. I wanted to be the TEDx speaker. Like I was inspired. I believe that I had a message to share. And then I wanted for that to become my reality. The distance between your dream and your reality is taking action. Some people would take action for like 5 minutes and then they drop out. Some people will consistently taking action. And that's how you make your dream to be your reality. I'm not a lucky person. People say I'm lucky. I'm not lucky. I don't have the family support. I'm just like any of you guys. But I make the decision and I will not drop. I know it's hard, but I can do it. And you just, and I believe in God, Eric. I don't know if you do, but I think that, I just believe that if this is my conversation with God when I hit challenges in life, right? And I say that, please help me. If you believe this is my mission, and if you believe that this is my path, then help me and guide me to make the right decision and guide me to the right people. And that is something very personal that I'm sharing with you today. But I think that if I can share something that is so true to me, and if it helps me, then I hope that it can help other people.
My grandfather used to say, men and women make plans and God laughs, because obviously things happening. Yeah. And so what are the different businesses that you've done, or what is your career since the last 25 years, I would say, here in the US?
So I would say, I did work at a nail salon. Man, I was like little money, but that helped me go through college. I worked at a restaurant. I applied because I went to school in the morning, during the day. So at night and during the weekends, I could work. So restaurants would be a good option. I wanted to be a waitress. I didn't qualify because I didn't have the experience. So they put me as a hostess, right? So that learned a lot from that industry. And then I did some network marketing. I was a court interpreter because of my, my language. So I did that, and I helped a lot of people as well. Court, hospital, like any in that nature in regards to language. I did some construction.
Wow.
Yes, because now if you're marketing, so what do all small businesses need, right? Like you work with small businesses too, Eric. What do they need? They're very good at what they do, but they don't know how to market themselves. So then I helped them with that to do the marketing so they can get more clients. Real estate, of course, nursing.
Wow.
So I had to go back
So
to
many.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another story. I did all of that, but then when the economy crashed after 2008, so during that
Subprime.
time, I had to go back to school to get a job to be able to pay for my house and support my life, to support myself, and that was nursing. I learned a lot in nursing as well. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes. At the end, this is one lesson that I learned. Whatever you do when you have a job, you trade the hours for money, and my time is limited.
Yep.
If I want to have more time for my dad, which I did, I spent the most amount of my time that I could, months, with my dad during his treatment and to the end of life. And if I want to spend more time with my mother, then I cannot have a job. Therefore, I started my own journey, again as a business owner. So
What did you do?
what did I do? So you follow the path of all the people, the successful people, right? So number one, you know what you want, and then you find the mentor. You open your mind to opportunities. Got to
Brilliant.
believe in yourself first and believe that, yes, you can do it, right? A lot of people, they feel that, okay, well, that works for Eric, that works for somebody else, but that wouldn't work for me, right? At least if I tried, I knew that if I have 50-50 chance to succeed. If I don't try, I don't have any chance.
Correct. Yeah. Every person who won the lottery started by buying a ticket.
I never bought any ticket. I don't know. I don't like gambling.
No. But it's just taking action. It's
That's right.
absolutely
That's
love it.
right. Yep.
And so, what did you do in order to sustain yourself, but also be able to spend time with your family? What type of business did you go in? Because at that moment, it was not yet, or was it already the internet marketing and all this aspect? You say you work in network marketing as well, but what did you do in order to be your own boss and decide on the time that how you were going to allocate your time?
Right. So just bring me back to like 5-6 years ago. I had my job, right? And then the pivotal moment was that I needed to have more time and more flexibility. What do I want? So how do I want my life to be 10 years from now? And I couldn't want it. So I wanted to travel. I love cultures. I would love to meet people. I didn't have that opportunity when I was studying, right? Because you spend time to study and then you work and then you had like 2 or 3 weeks of vacation and that was it. So I used that time to spend time with my parents. So I never got the opportunity to see the world, to understand all the cultures and all the people. So now that's my life. I wanted to do that. So now I have to make the decision. So I learned, and then I said, okay, well, I need to make enough money for me to safely quit my job. I started with some coaching.
Okay.
Because with coaching, I could do it by myself, but that was the decision after me spending money to learn a lot. And one thing though, nowadays with YouTube and with now we have AI, people believe in free information. This is what I believe. I spend so much money on learning because the free information, it just gives you the information. But if you want transformation, you got to pay.
Makes sense.
So then I paid a lot. I mean, I put all of my savings, I put so that I could improve myself. So I know how to help other people better. So I wouldn't repeat everything that they already know, right? That's how I started. And when I started with coaching, and then we, as the company grew over the past 5 years, so now we have 11 people working for us. We have a team of experts working for us. We have a business consulting company. We build, our mission is to help great entrepreneurs, not everybody. Because just like, just like any profession, anything you do, not everybody is great. We help great entrepreneurs to be the best known in the industry so that everybody knows about them, so they can be massively impactful so we all can lift up humanity. That's what I believe. That's my mission. That's my heart. And that's our mission as a company, Eric. Because I want to help people, but I cannot help everybody. You have a beautiful platform where you can serve other people. But think about it, doesn't matter if you can reach to like 1 million people. There's still a lot. We can help everybody. So therefore, one at a time. So like it's, so like a drip in the water, and then is the, what you call the ripple effect, right?
Ripple effect, yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Moza-Bella, I'd like to finish with something that struck my mind when I was reading your bio, is that you have this digital TV show, which is called Lessons from Failures. And life on Instagram is not real life. And people have issues to speak about their failures. And I don't know any entrepreneurs, including myself, who has not faced failures before being successful. So what are some of the guests that you have, or some of the stories that you have that people that are listening right now can learn from?
That's a great question, but then I have to go back and think. So we've had great people on my show, great stories, entrepreneurs, of course, doctors, attorneys. So this is one common theme that I have learned. We went through hardships in life, but what helped you to get up and get going is different. You have one principle, right? But how you execute it is totally different. And I think it's fascinating. So I don't know if this could relate, but one of the latest guests that we had on our show, she's a doctor. And she said that, okay, all the years that she went to school to become a doctor, to become a surgeon, and then all of the years that she practiced in the healthcare field, she just realized that they are just selling drugs for the pharmaceutical companies. So then she said there must be a better way to live life, right? That you take care of yourself, preventative approach versus you wait until you get sick and then you take the pill. It just is a different kind of mindset, right? And again, like some people can learn their lesson quickly. You make a mistake, you learn right away. Some people, they had to spend 20 years in their life to be able to learn one lesson. And how many of those 20 years that you have in your life? So those are so valuable to me. It's like gold. And if we got the opportunity and if we got the privilege to learn, then I would love to learn and to share.
Wonderful. My two last questions. The first one, how do people get in touch with you?
So Moza, Moza Bella, BELLA.com, or you can just Google me up. Can I say why Moza? Can I say that?
Yes, please. I thought it was the name, but no, absolutely.
So that is not a Vietnamese name, right? My last name is Tram, Tram, and that is my father's last name. So I keep that. Now, Moza is the mother of pearls. So she is an oyster. Somehow life introduced a grain of sand into her body. Although it's so painful, instead of trying to get rid of it, she decided to embrace it, cultivated it, and make it become something beautiful, and that is the pearl. It's for herself, but the only way for her to serve the world is to open herself up and give that pearl to life. And that's why it's Moza.
That's a beautiful story.
I believe, thank you. And I believe that is the story that's everybody. I believe that everybody has that beautiful pearl inside of them. You just have the courage and the decision to open it up so that you can share to others.
Wonderful. And then my last question is, when we meet in real life in a year with a bottle of champagne, what are we going to celebrate?
Celebrate you. I would like to celebrate you and everything that you have accomplished. You in the back office, before this conversation, you share with me so many things that you have done to help others. And I'm so excited about your journey for 2026. I can't wait to learn more about your AI program, Eric, and just to celebrate life, celebrate success. And if when you come in and you have tell me your successes, I'll be like, thank you for being so successful, because then you will inspire me to do more.
Thank you very much. It's very kind. Moza-Bella, a pleasure speaking with you, and I look forward to meeting you in real life.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Sam here. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Business of Meeting podcast. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you enjoyed the show, the most important thing you can do is leave a review and share it with your colleagues. It really helps spread the word. I truly appreciate your support. And if you're ready to take your business to the next level, don't forget to visit eventbusinessformula.com to learn more about how we are helping even business owners like you. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.